Welcome to the Instagram Stories for Monday, April 1st. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. On Mondays, we talk about what the head of Instagram shared on his Ask Me Anything, and we're going to dive right into the questions. We're going to start by just getting all the reach questions out of the way because Adam Mosseri has had enough of the reach questions, and quite frankly, I don't blame him. The first one, why can't most of my followers see my posts anymore? You know the answer. There's just so much content. No one can keep up with everything that's happening on Instagram. Here's Adam's answer.
They can still see your stuff. I know people think that we suppress reach, but we don't. It's not in our interest. If you're creating stuff that people are always interested in seeing, it's in our interest to connect them with that content. That's good for you, for them, and for us as a business. Now, the issue usually is that a bunch of your followers won't even open up Instagram the day that you post, so they don't even get a chance to see it. And a bunch of the people who do don't scroll enough in feed to get to it, and they've got way more content that they can see than they have time to see. But we are trying our best to connect people with stuff that they're interested in. So if you're creating content that people are interested in, we are going to try and put it as high up in feed as we can.
Okay, let's go on to the next question. It has to do with reach, but this time with collaboration posts. Collaboration posts are when you create something and you have another creator as a collaborator on it. When that happens, it goes to both of your feeds. So therefore, potentially, twice as many groups of followers would see that post. So the question, do collab posts help with reach? Here's Adam's answer.
They do, but they do actually. When you post a collab post, by default, that post will be eligible for both your followers and the collaborator's followers. So on average, you should get more reach.
So if collab posts get you in front of a completely different audience, work on finding people that you can collab with, make some content together, and make it worthwhile so that both of you will benefit by sharing it to your feeds. Okay, let's go on to the next question. It's not a question as much as a statement, and it seems like an angry statement that's well-founded. It says, TikTokifying IG killed this app. It's a statement. There's no question there.
I know a lot of people get frustrated when Instagram changes, but when we started, we were just a feed of square photos. And if you think about how people use the app, it's not only short form video that has changed. We've added stories, we've added DMs, and actually all of our growth over the last, let's say, 5 years has primarily come from new things that weren't part of Instagram when we first launched. So though I recognize that it can be frustrating when things change, it's super important that we adapt because the world is going to continue to change. And if we don't change along with it, we're going to become irrelevant.
It's actually funny he described it that way. The two creators of Instagram, Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger, had said in past interviews that they expected Instagram to change significantly every X amount of months. I was actually trying to go back and find the article that I got that quote from, and I can't find it anywhere, and I know I bookmarked it, so it's really annoying me. But the point is, things don't stay the same forever. We have to expect that things will evolve. They might not necessarily evolve in a way that we think of as an improvement, but things have to change over time. That's just how progress happens, right? Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about how to get a chronological feed of your Instagram posts, and we'll talk about hashtags on stories. So stick around. And we're back. Okay, let's get into the next set of questions. Do hashtags work on stories? I often think that I have had enough of talking about hashtags in my life, but then sometimes I am drawn back in and I think, maybe hashtags are good to keep talking about. Here's Adam's answer to whether or not they work on stories.
You can add hashtags in stories. You just go to the sticker tray and the hashtag is one of the sticker options. It shouldn't change your reach much one way or the other, but it's there in case you want to help tell the story and connect to other posts about a similar idea or theme.
It's good that he points out that adding a hashtag to stories probably will not increase its reach, because when was the last time that you not only searched for a hashtag, but looked at the results and then looked at the specific story results that related to a hashtag? It's been a long time since I personally did that, if ever. Let's go on to the next question. How do I switch to chronological feed? We all wanted the chronological feed for such a long time. It's nice that we do have that option within Instagram, but it is kind of hidden, and so you have to know where to look.
When you open up Instagram, you can actually tap the Instagram icon on the top left, and then you can see the different feeds there, including following. And if you scroll down, that'll actually change to For You, and you can tap on For You and change it to following as well if you want to get to a chronological feed of posts from accounts you follow.
You know what's good about changing to the following feed is that there are no suggested posts in the following feed. It is only posts from accounts that you follow. I will say that you can, of course, turn off suggested posts. I do it every 30 days because I don't want to see suggested posts in my feed, but you always have that option to switch to the following feed only so you don't see suggested posts. Let's go on to the next question. How can I have my ranking checked? This person wants to make sure that they don't have any issues and then they're not blocked in any way from people seeing their posts.
I'm not sure what you mean by check, but if you want to see if there are any issues with your account and you're getting caught up in any safety measures, you can always go to account status. So go to profile, settings, scroll to the bottom, you'll see account status, and it'll let you know, are you eligible to be recommended to accounts that don't follow you? Do you have any strikes against your account? Any issues like that?
And the last question we're going to talk about today, what is your favorite social media besides Instagram? That's a good question. In case it's unclear, my favorite social media that is not Instagram is TikTok because I think TikTok has just so much cool stuff happening. But periodically, I need to go in and refresh my feed and start like a brand new TikTok user so I make sure that I'm not missing any good stuff. That's how much I like TikTok. Anyway, here's Adam's answer to what is your favorite social media besides Instagram? And I have a feeling that if he said TikTok, he would be looking for a new job really quickly.
Threads. But if you really mean an app that isn't owned by Meta, I don't know, maybe not the app I use the most, but the one that I've been the most impressed with the design of is probably Telegram. It's just really well built.
Okay, that is going to do it for the questions and answers. One thing that I've been doing lately is taking some of these audio clips that I talk about and actually making reels out of them where I say, this is the relevant question. Here's Adam's answer. Here's why this is important. And just making reels and TikToks out of those. It has been an excellent exercise in forcing me to make less than perfect content, but content that I know you all as listeners care about. So if you would like to see video versions of some of these, check out my Instagram account. You can look at my most recent reels and you'll see them there. And they're all directing back to specific podcast episodes where I dive into that question in more depth. Check it out. Please let me know what you think. If you don't follow me already, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Daniel Hill Media. Thank you so much for listening and come back next time for more Instagram news, TikTok news, social media strategy, or other things that you need to know about.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks of Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently until Zuck returns my DMs and starts to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacies. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.